I'm talking about art as if it's alive, but it is to me. Determining the value of a work of art is actually complicated, and it changes because our world changes. Marcel Duchamp. The Fountain is the title of this work of art that Duchamp made, and it's simply a men's urinal turned upside down. And it's signed R. Mutt. Artists in the early 20th century were really pushing against juries determining what was good art. So artists said, okay, no more of this, right? So we're going to do our own show. We're not going to have a jury. Every artist can submit one work of art or two works of art. So Duchamp, thinking ahead of them, creates the Fountain and submits it. And it causes a fury, like among those artists, because they say it's not art. But the whole point of Duchamp doing that was to instigate the discussion, well, then what is art? Often value is based on how much integrity does that object still have. Sometimes artworks have a hard life, and they might have been painted over, someone in the past thinking that they were helping it, when in fact they've taken away some of the integrity of it. Provenance, which is who's owned the piece. Where has that work been? Was it owned by the King of France? Was it in a very important collection, or a collection where we know the collector had what we would call a really good eye, or had really important other things? Provenance is important so that we know where that thing was and what people thought about it. The Mona Lisa was stolen, and that was a big thing. So that's in its provenance. So this kind of sensational moment, it was the thing that everyone was talking about, and it was the center of history for a while. So that can make it more important and more valuable. Originality is one that we often look at, particularly scholars and museums. And that, again, that's a kind of trickier thing, right? I mean, what is it to be original? Was it new? Did it push art? I would say Jackson Pollock those works are incredibly sophisticated, because while any of us could drip paint on canvas, Pollock's always made me feel like I'm tied into something, that you become entwined and sort of twisted in it and caught up in it. Most of us would not come up with the same kind of work of art that can have the same effect. Another point that maybe isn't as easy to define in terms of what makes a work of art valuable or important, and that is, what was its relationship to the period in which it was made? Sometimes it takes 50 years to look back and say, oh, wow, that really is expressing this kind of new world, this kind of new anxiety, this kind of realization that things that are solid maybe aren't really solid. So it's more about how much can that work of art say, and has it used the elements available to it? Do I feel, or do I think something? Has it communicated something to me as powerfully as it can? Picasso said that, a really great work of art works on lots of levels. So it should make a 5-year-old laugh. It should make an art historian write dissertations. What is good art or meaningful art depends on its relationship to where it is. It depends on its relationship to who's viewing it. It depends on its relationship to the culture in which it was being created. What I'm asking us to do is to not be in charge, is to just stop and let the work of art be in charge, and to be fascinated by it, to be curious about it, to be vulnerable to it. And if that art can take that moment and do something, then it's sophisticated and it's good, right?